Welcome to Autobike Reviews, where we explore motorcycles that are more than just machines. Today's story is about character, simplicity, and freedom. The Suzuki VanVan 200-2026 is not built to chase speed records or dominate race tracks. Instead, it exists for riders who value relaxed riding, timeless design, and real-world usability. The VanVan has always stood apart from mainstream motorcycles, and in 2026, Suzuki continues that tradition by refining its classic formula rather than reinventing it. This motorcycle represents a lifestyle: slow rides, open roads, sandy trails, and peaceful escapes from everyday chaos. In this detailed faceless review by Autobike, we take a deep dive into the design, engine, performance, comfort, fuel economy, off-road capability, reliability, and who this motorcycle is truly made for. The philosophy behind the VanVan. The Suzuki VanVan was never designed to compete with aggressive dual-sport bikes or high-performance street motorcycles. Instead, it follows a philosophy rooted in ease, approachability, and enjoyment. Suzuki understands that not every rider wants complexity. Some riders want a motorcycle that feels friendly, forgiving, and stress-free. The VanVan 200 represents that idea perfectly. In 2026, this philosophy remains unchanged. Suzuki focuses on keeping the motorcycle simple, reliable, and mechanically honest. There are no unnecessary electronics, no intimidating power delivery, and no aggressive riding posture. Everything about the VanVan encourages calm and confidence. Design and styling, timeless retro charm. The first thing you notice about the Suzuki VanVan 200-2026 is its unmistakable retro appearance. The motorcycle looks like it belongs to a different era, yet it never feels outdated. The round headlamp, teardrop-shaped fuel tank, flat seat, and wide handlebars create a classic silhouette that immediately stands out in modern traffic. Suzuki has preserved this iconic design while adding subtle refinements to improve quality and durability. The paint finishes in 2026 appear more refined, with deeper colors and improved coatings. Chrome accents are used sparingly but effectively, giving the bike a premium vintage feel. The exposed frame and simple body panels reinforce the VanVan's minimalist personality. At Autobike, we believe this motorcycle is proof that good design never ages. Fat tires, the VanVan signature. One of the most defining features of the VanVan 200 is its wide, low-pressure tires. These fat tires are not just for aesthetics. They completely define how this motorcycle rides. The wide front and rear tires provide excellent grip on loose surfaces such as sand, gravel, and dirt roads. On city streets, they offer stability and confidence, especially for newer riders. In the 2026 model, Suzuki continues to use high-quality rubber compounds that balance durability with comfort. The tires absorb road imperfections naturally, reducing the need for overly stiff suspension settings. These tires make the VanVan feel planted, predictable, and forgiving, qualities that align perfectly with its relaxed riding philosophy. Engine overview: simple and reliable power. At the heart of the Suzuki VanVan 200-2026 is a 199 cubic centimeters air-cooled single-cylinder engine. This engine is not designed for speed but for reliability and smooth power delivery. Suzuki has been refining this engine platform for years, and by 2026, it has reached a level of dependability that few motorcycles can match. The air-cooled design reduces complexity, lowers maintenance costs, and improves long-term durability. The engine produces modest horsepower, but what matters more is how the power is delivered. Throttle response is smooth and predictable, making the VanVan extremely beginner-friendly while still enjoyable for experienced riders who appreciate simplicity. Real-world performance: calm and controlled. On the road, the VanVan 200 performs exactly as expected. Acceleration is gentle, steady, and controlled. This is not a motorcycle that rushes, it flows. In urban environments, the VanVan feels comfortable and manageable. The lightweight chassis and wide handlebars make low-speed maneuvering easy. Traffic riding becomes less stressful because the bike feels stable even at walking speeds. On highways, the VanVan can maintain cruising speeds comfortably, though it is happiest at moderate speeds. Suzuki clearly designed this motorcycle for enjoyment rather than urgency. At Autobike T, we describe the VanVan's performance as therapeutic rather than thrilling. Transmission and clutch, smooth and forgiving. The 5-speed manual transmission on the Suzuki VanVan 200-2026 is tuned for ease of use. Gear shifts are smooth, with clear engagement and minimal effort required. The clutch is light and forgiving, making it ideal for beginners or riders who prefer relaxed riding. Even in stop-and-go traffic, clutch fatigue is minimal. Suzuki's gearing choices favor low-end usability, allowing the bike to pull comfortably from low speeds without frequent gear changes. This makes the VanVan especially enjoyable for city rides and scenic routes. Riding comfort, built for long, relaxed journeys. Comfort is one of the VanVan's strongest points. The low seat height allows riders of all sizes to plant their feet confidently on the ground. This increases confidence, especially for new riders. The flat, well-padded seat provides excellent comfort for longer rides. Unlike aggressive sport bikes, the VanVan encourages an upright riding position that reduces strain on the wrists, back, and shoulders. The wide handlebars place the rider in a natural posture, ideal for cruising. Even after extended rides, fatigue remains minimal. For riders seeking stress-free mobility, Autobike T considers the VanVan one of the most comfortable motorcycles in its class. Suspension setup, soft and absorbing. The suspension on the Suzuki VanVan 200-2026 is tuned for comfort rather than aggression. The front telescopic forks and rear monoshock absorb bumps smoothly, especially on uneven roads. While it is not designed for aggressive off-roading, the suspension performs well on dirt roads, gravel paths, and broken city streets. The fat tires work alongside the suspension to improve overall ride quality. Suzuki's choice to keep the suspension simple enhances reliability and reduces maintenance concerns. Off-road capability, light adventure spirit. Although not a hardcore adventure bike, the VanVan 200 is surprisingly capable off-road. Its lightweight frame, wide tires, and predictable power delivery make it suitable for light trails and beach riding. Sand, grass, and loose dirt feel manageable, especially compared to traditional street motorcycles. The low center of gravity improves balance, while the forgiving engine prevents sudden power surges. For casual explorers and weekend adventurers, the VanVan delivers a fun and accessible off-road experience. Fuel economy. Efficient and practical. Fuel efficiency is another strong point of the Suzuki VanVan 200-2026. The small displacement engine consumes very little fuel, making it ideal for daily commuting and long rides alike. Riders can expect excellent mileage, especially at moderate cruising speeds. The fuel tank size complements the engine's efficiency, allowing extended rides without frequent stops. In an era of rising fuel costs, the VanVan stands out as a cost-effective motorcycle. Maintenance and reliability, Suzuki's strength. Suzuki has built a global reputation for reliability, and the VanVan 200 continues that legacy. The air-cooled engine, simple electronics, and proven mechanical components make this motorcycle extremely dependable. Maintenance requirements are minimal, and servicing costs remain affordable. Spare parts availability is excellent in most regions. Safety features, basic but effective. The Suzuki VanVan 200-2026 keeps safety features simple. Disc brakes provide adequate stopping power, while the predictable handling enhances rider confidence. While it may not feature advanced electronic aids, the motorcycle's balanced design and forgiving nature contribute to overall safety, especially for beginners. Who should buy the Suzuki VanVan 200-2026? This motorcycle is perfect for new riders seeking confidence and simplicity, urban commuters who want comfort and reliability, casual adventurers exploring light trails, retro motorcycle enthusiasts, riders who value relaxed cruising over speed. The VanVan is not for those seeking high performance or aggressive riding. It is for riders who appreciate calm journeys and mechanical honesty. Final thoughts. A motorcycle with soul. The Suzuki VanVan 200-2026 is more than just a motorcycle. It is an experience rooted in simplicity, comfort, and timeless design. In a world filled with complex machines, the VanVan reminds us that riding can still be pure and enjoyable. It does not rush, intimidate, or overwhelm. Instead, it invites riders to slow down and enjoy the road. Here at Autobike T, we believe the VanVan 200 is a motorcycle with soul, perfect for riders who value peace,